Hi guys, welcome to another 1v1 rank game in the Scouring, and this time we'll take a look once again on this two-player map, and we'll be playing against a player called Codename Reaper. And this game will be really interesting because I will be trying alternative strategy to the swordsman spam, which is right now definitely superior, but in this game I will try to make mass archers. So the opener is really simple. This is the OG opener from the times where the strongest strategy were archers with cannons. This is a long time gone, but we are still trying to pull it off here, just without the cannons, just pure archers, going for sawmill with 3 peasants, barracks with other 3 peasants, first peasant on gold, second one on farm, third one on farm as well, everything after that also gold. Of course, these peasants from the barracks will be going to farms, the guys from the sawmill will be going for wood. Our opponent is going for swordsman. He's starting with 6 peasants on barracks, then immediately taking 3 of them for first farm, the other 3 for second farm, so he will have early food, immediately producing some swordsman, getting some early peasants, so seems pretty good. He's not going for scout on my base, which is not always necessary, but it's just better definitely on this map where you have only one position where your opponent can be. And on the other maps it's also good just to find where he actually is, but here you want to mainly scout the enemy strategy. For example, if he goes for immediate knights or something. But yeah, I already have my first archer, so we are going for the archer camp. This is what you want to do always with archers. You can try to open or on wolves, for example, but it's not really worth it. Another option is to build the barracks on this side and go for the troll and kill him from the barracks. That's definitely possible, but keep in mind that archers get less resources from kills, so it's not 205 gold from the troll, but only like 135, I believe, so not as valuable, but also we'll get less resources from the goblins, so doesn't matter that much, but I just prefer to open on the archers, just ranged fight. Unfortunately, this was really unlucky positioning of the goblins. They were spawned together in one huge bunch, so they were constantly attacking on me like 5 at once, which was quite hard to tackle, but we still managed to kill them, I hope, without any losses. And during that time they are constantly producing more archers and peasants. Our opponent is only accumulating swordsmen. He doesn't really want to attack anything, even though he already has 7 of them, which is enough to take out any camp without losing a single unit, so I'm not sure what he is cooking there, but definitely losing lots of time. We already killed one whole camp, and it's really important to start killing the camps as quickly as possible. First of all, you get levels which can be good, for example, for defense, but mainly you get early resources, and the sooner you can start pumping them into your economy, the better. So it's always really worth it to start killing the neutrals as quickly as possible. Here I'm going for the walls, utilizing the barracks, which can tank the damage pretty easily, while trying to kill the walls. Unfortunately, the archers were shooting from the top, which is not too effective, but now we forced them away, so it should be pretty good. He's finally doing the wolf camp as well, but he still doesn't have the goblin archers killed, so that's some extra resources for me. I'm going for another farm here, which will be the third one for me in total, which he already has, but there's only 1 peasant there. I still have 40 food in stock. He has 130, but he's not really utilizing it for anything, so I don't think it's really bringing him any extra advantage. Now he also has 0 wood, while I have 200, so we are way ahead in that. Actually, he started building sawmill, okay. A kind of interesting timing decision to go for sawmill now. He's trying to still gain the wood advantage, but he already lost some wood income there. I don't think he wants to go for archers really, so not a big fan of this. I would rather save up a little bit more wood and go for barracks, or just spend the resources on expansion or fort upgrade, but it's probably viable to also go for sawmill like this. Potentially you could also make smithy. So yeah, here we took out the troll really quickly, as I was saying, 135 gold for me, since it was an archer kill, and we are immediately taking the barracks here on this side. Second production building, really important, and also really strong defensive point, because I have archers, so I want to have some towers where I can put my archers, of course, for some defense. Night is happening, but he could be still clearing lots of enemies with the swordsman. Now he even got the rush ability, so he should definitely take out the troll and bandits. which he's not really doing. Unfortunately, that's a bit of a disadvantage with archers. You can't really take bandit camps. Yeah, the outpost towers, you can really easily do that with the swordsman. With archers, you have to be a little bit more careful. Try to really quickly steal the enemy treasures, the enemy neutrals, because that's the only thing you can do. So yeah, I decided to go for the enemy troll. He's patrolling here with some swordsman, but totally out of position, so this is probably a really easy kill for me. I took some damage here, but nothing too serious. We also push the troll as far as possible from the enemy position, so if he goes there, he won't see him immediately, and also my archers, and we stole this kill, so really important. He still didn't even kill the archers, so overall he's really way behind. We killed 1, 2, 3, 4 camps, and he killed only 1, so that's like 4 times more neutral kills for us and resources. We are going for another farm, and we are on 418 food. He has 414, so basically balanced. Seems like he has a little bit more gold, I have a little bit more wood, so overall not too big of a difference, but he should have way more experience on these units. So I'm immediately going for some slight push, trying to take out some units. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to finish this swordsman. He survived on 4 HP and now buffs 2 potions, and I also saw that he has some archers thanks to the lumber mill, so I actually utilized it to get some archers. Of course, I could take them out one by one. I have extra levels and more of them, but the swordsmen have charged, so I have to be really careful, constantly trying to keep the distance between our units so he cannot charge on me. If he turns around, I will of course run behind him or after him again and try to get some shots on him. Yeah, so immediately turning around, running behind him again. He also didn't left too much defense at home, so now he's taking some damage from the skeletons. You also see that he finished his smithy, so now we both have double production building, but of course smithy is not as valuable. Without the tier 2 he can't even get the shields upgrade, and if he wants to go for cannons, he doesn't have resources for it. He would need to sacrifice too much, so overall it's not really helping him in any way, even though cannons are really good in defense against, or even in offense against archers overall, but still kinda hard to actually get the value from it, so I don't think this was a smart decision. Now he's going for the 4th upgrade, which I'm also doing. He's a little bit ahead in that. The question is what he wants to get from it. Probably the shields kinda makes sense. He has smithy, he has lots of swordsman, so going tier 2 and getting the shields ability is definitely a good idea. Here I managed to get some kills on the goblins before he came here with the swordsman. I'm immediately running away. I don't want to risk anything. His swordsmen have really good levels, so no reason for me to stay there. And now all the neutrals are already killed except the bandits, which as I said, I can't really take down myself. If I make lots of archers, I can still kill them, but then I will still need to make at least 1 swordsman to even capture the outpost, so not really something I want to focus on right now. For now we want to mainly produce more archers. Also we are getting the fort, so we can upgrade in our sawmill. Yeah, immediately queuing it up. This is the upgrade for more damage. They buffed it to 3 extra damage for each archer, so that's really valuable, and that's the thing I need to get to even have a chance against these shields. And he also made lots of archers, so this is really easy kills for me, especially with the extra damage. I can just one-shot the archers if I target them well. Then I just need to somehow micromanage the swordsman, or I mean against the swordsman, to be able to defeat them. I was trying to attack on this side, but fortunately I sent 1 scout on this side, so immediately scouting him. So we will retreat, go into our defensive positions. Now we have 3 really strong defensive points in our base, the fort in the back and 2 barracks, 1 in each entrance. As you can see, his base is kinda lacking in this department. Yeah, no defense here. These barracks can get attacked from multiple sides, so nothing too interesting. So he's pushing with the shields, and this is really scary because if someone is pushing you with so many swordsmen with shields and levels, so they are really tanky, also have potions, and we have only archers which are doing almost no damage to them, it's really difficult. So this is your only option, just target them really one by one, because even though they have shields, they still take some damage if you have so many archers, especially with the upgrade and some levels, and you are targeting them with all of them on 1 unit. So you just have to kite like this to take minimal damage and try to kill them one by one, while also taking the archers, enemy archers out as quickly as possible, because those can still hit you, while the swordsmen you can kite away. If he decides to remove the shields to charge to you, you need to immediately react and try to one-shot the swordsman without the shields. It's not always easy, but it's definitely possible. If he has the shields up all the time, you just do basically this. Yeah, you walk on the roof, lure him there, then go away, shoot him. If he comes out, you once again enter the building, and so on and so on. You try to get as many kills as possible, but as you can see, it's still really difficult. I need to split my army to multiple small groups around the base and try to still one-shot him one by one, make him, basically force him to climb up, then just go down again, and it's just lots of micromanagement to deal with this while we are still losing lots of units, so extremely difficult. He still has some potions there, basically all of that level 3, so, or at least level 2. Totally difficult, but we are still constantly mining with decent amount of peasants, basically same as he has. Now he decided to make some archers, definitely a huge mistake. He should have just keep producing more swordsmen with the shields, because he cannot fight me with archers. I have more of them. He would need an expansion to catch up with this and make more himself, and also I have way better levels, so it's really easy for me. The swordsmen are the problem, yeah, level 3 swordsmen here surviving all the archers for a really long time. He managed to get on me from this side and snipe out some peasants, but what I will do is just take my archers really quickly, one-shot the last swordsman. I can manage my peasants out of the way, even leave the swordsman there, it's not important, and just kill the enemy archers as quickly as possible, or at least force them out of my base. So now we just need to finish this last swordsman. As I said, level 3, yeah, really durable, but it's just last guy. We'll eventually kill him. This sword we can repair, so it shouldn't be too big of a problem. And we are immediately redistributing our peasants, going for another barracks, quickly repairing all the buildings and everything, and accumulating our army for potential attack or just some strong defense. He is now still making... Actually, he was making archers, he made lots of them, but now he's swapped to swordsmen again, which I think is definitely smart, and he's going for an expansion. Fortunately, I made a really good decision. Immediately when he stopped attacking, I'm going for a counter push. Because what is he doing? He's either trying to accumulate a new attack, stronger one, instead of constantly sending their units one by one. He's accumulating a bigger group of units. So if he does that, then I want to find out about it as quickly as possible. So first of all, I see the army composition, so I can prepare for it some counters. And second of all, maybe I can even stop it, yeah. Maybe kill him in some weak spot, something like that. The second option, he can be making an expansion, which he's doing right now, so he doesn't have too many units. Unfortunately, the swordsmen are still pretty tanky with the shields, and he's still producing new ones, while still he also has some archers in the back, so still pretty difficult. He's definitely getting some kills there, and since I have the levels there, it's actually pretty annoying. But we managed to take him out, of course, keeping a scout on the other side of the map, really important as always. Now we'll finally find out about this expansion. Unfortunately, he still has 4 swordsmen here with shields, even level 1 swordsman with shields, yeah, it's really durable, even both 2 potions for each of them, so that will take forever for me to kill that. But he has 0 units. If now I took like 10 archers from here, yeah, half of the army, or at least like 5, and attack from the other side, he wouldn't be able to repel it. Yeah, he has 3 archers here, I could really easily take them out and then just farm his peasants, so that would be really good. He cannot do this because I have the scout here, and on this side I have my army, so I'm definitely well prepared for that. I also have some archers now at home because I'm trying to accumulate some extra units here for the defense against the night enemies, which will be really important. We have lots of peasants at our base. He has 2 bases, but he probably doesn't even have as many peasants on gold, but it's probably more effective for him. The thing is that now I got here, so I will really quickly kill the peasants. It was the main priority to kill the peasants, but then we start dealing with the swordsman. Yeah, level 1 swordsman hitting level 3 archers is not that big of a problem, especially when I also have potions there. We just don't really care. I'll tank the damage, kill the peasants, and then I start kiting away. Some bandits will just run away once I get close enough. And yeah, nice started, but you have lots of gold, 1,500, also 500 wood. Yes, lots of wood, but 0 gold. He's on 420 food, while I have almost 900, so basically over double. He has really poor defense, so now he's also struggling with the neutral enemies. And basically now I know that I have much stronger army. plus the night is happening, so there is no way he will be attacking me now. I killed the peasants here, so he's not even getting value from the expansion, and now is the perfect time for me to go for my own second town hall and create a really safe expansion here. I was a little bit struggling on this side because unfortunately we ran out of trees here, so that means the peasants they were gathering the wood there, and gaining the vision actually moved to another spot which was right here, and that means the shadows appeared there and lots of skeletons spawned in that location, and I just didn't have any defense for it, so that was kind of unfortunate. But we are farming lots of skeletons here. As I said before, we have lots of peasants, so this is not that big of a problem. Especially now when we ran out of the gold fields, I can redistribute the peasants back to the farms now. We also probably retreated with some of them. So overall, it doesn't seem like too big of a problem. I had some archers here, but I needed to also defeat these skeletons, so I wasn't really using them for this defense, and I also wanted to still keep my main army here for some pressure. There's lots of swordsmen now, so that will be really difficult for me to defeat just with the archers, but I also wanted to maybe farm these bandits, get just whatever value I can. Yeah, during the night I can really utilize the map control. Usually most players don't push during the night, so if you can utilize it to your advantage, maybe still some last remaining neutrals or gain some important points on the map like the outposts, just choke points like this, it's definitely really valuable. We immediately found him. I got one kill there before he activated the shields, but now I need to start kiting again, start dealing some damage. Yeah, he removed some shields now. Unfortunately I didn't target it the best. Now also skeletons coming from the other side, so they will slow me down a little bit. But overall, we just continue retreating. If I can get him into a narrow point like this, I can even just stand and shoot him while he's attacking me. Because if I think maybe with like 4 units, well, I have all the archers shooting. But still keep in mind he has shields, so it's not the most effective trading. At least he's struggling still with the skeletons in the back, so that's really good. Yeah, even some more skeletons pushing him here. That will be really good in the old version of the shield ability, when swordsmen actually put the shield down when they were fighting. Unfortunately, they removed it. Oh, I mean, it's fortunate, but for me now, when I have full archers, it's kind of unfortunate. So that didn't really help me. But yeah, you can see the archers, once you have good levels on them and many of them at once, it still kills the shields quickly enough, I would say. We need to quickly replenish the food because we are struggling with like -80 and it's not looking too good, but we have lots of resources, as I said, a lot of peasants, so we should be able to deal with this quite rapidly. We are on 1000 food, he has less than 500, so we have more than double. He has 0 gold, and I'm even quickly catching up on the wood advantage he had. He will now run out of his main income or main base, which I also already did. So now we have only expansions, and look how many peasants I have here. I'm even going to build something. I think I'm going for another expansion, while also keeping the scout. I'm moving him a little bit forward. I still have the vision around this whole area, which leads from all sides to the bridge. But at the same time, I have vision over this area to see if he is making another expansion. So now I know that he has only one base, because this is empty as I said, and he doesn't have this, and I'm going for second one, so just gaining some advantage if he stays passive. If he goes for an attack, then I have a really strong defensive position, even preparing another barracks here, so I can utilize some high ground. And yeah, you can see how many units we have. I spend all extra resources on all of these archers, and this is just totally crazy, insane army. Finally trying to stabilize the food somehow, but still not too easy. Some more farms in the back, still like 90 food in the minus, but he just doesn't know what to do. Yeah, he finally made some decent amount of peasants for the income he has, but it's just hard to recover when you have half food, so that's not too easy. So we'll see if we'll go for this base or not. For now he's just moving his swordsmen between the bases. The thing is that he doesn't have a strong army to actually launch a push, so he took some swordsmen here, but overall it's just not enough to really push anything. That won't really help him, and looks like we are going for a small base trade. Of course I have way more units, much stronger army, but keep in mind that archers cannot attack buildings, so I can't really do much. I can of course kill the peasants here, but I mainly wanted to take out the archers. Peasants just escaped, but they cannot gather anywhere else really, unless he makes a new base. so this wasn't too big of a problem. Just needed to force him out of here, so we can stop the income he has. He has some swordsmen here, but I just ignore them. Yeah, they have shields, so they are slow. They cannot catch up with me. If they turn the shields off to catch up with me, then I turn around and one-shot them. So absolutely useless for defense. Yeah, archers. I mean, not archers, the swordsmen with the shields. So we don't really have to worry about them too much. We force him out even from the farms. This was really important because now his army will start starving, and even though he is trying to finally destroy my base here somehow, I don't care too much. I have 400 extra food income, 200 in stock, so if he kills some farm peasants, we don't really care. We have enough value for that. I have already some archers at home for defense. I also researched the bows, so we can even use all the peasants we have here for defense. And at the same time, I just pushed all of his peasants to the other side of the map. Now split my army to keep at least like 1/3 of it here to maintain 0 enemy units in both enemy bases. Make sure he has really 0 food, and he will constantly start starving. My main army, which is like 2/3 of my army, is slowly moving here. I'm even using repair with these peasants. I had some extra resources, so just trying to slow him down as much as possible. Repair this. He doesn't have the mobility with shields and starving to actually catch up with the peasants repairing it, so immediately to full HP here, while we are still using some peasants when we can for the arrows. And now my army is finally coming, so eventually he actually calls it GG and surrenders while he has 0 units at home. Of course, I still couldn't destroy the buildings, but I would definitely kill all the units here eventually, especially with the main army of my archers, and then I could just make some swordsmen and finish his buildings if I needed to, but that wouldn't be even needed. So yeah, nice game, 21 minutes, 21 seconds. Let's check the results. In total, we gathered like 2,300 more gold from the gold fields, so kinda nice. Almost double wood, which is really important. Definitely way more trained units, like 80. Similar kills and losses. I actually lost more units than killed, but we both did, because we are both dying to neutrals quite a lot. So that's kinda funny. But yeah, of course, I was shooting with archers into shields, so kinda makes sense. We had better infrastructure and way more neutral kills, so this gave me even more resources. We definitely had way better economy, which allowed us to produce so many more units, and then even if you don't have the best kill ratio, it's still kinda fine. I'm not sure who actually had a better kill ratio. I have 10 more kills and 11 more losses, yeah, so basically exactly the same, I would say. But yeah, the amount of units definitely won this. To be honest, if I went just for swordsman, it would probably be much easier and we would win anyways, but I just wanted to try something different, show you also some alternative strategy that you can try. It's definitely much more difficult. I think it's a little bit weaker, but against average players, you should be able to win with this strategy if you practice it enough. But it doesn't necessarily give you any particular advantage, I would say. It gives you many advantages, but also many disadvantages. So I wouldn't necessarily go for this. It can work, but it requires so much more effort, so much micromanagement and decision making that I just don't see it worth it in any scenario. And also I kinda committed to going pure archers. I think when the enemy goes for shields, you want to start making either knights or swordsmen, or at least cannons, just something else than pure archers. As you can see, you can kill the shields with just archers, but I don't think it's too effective. He could have went for expansion much sooner, produce way more swordsmen, and probably actually just walk over me. Maybe focus peasants a little bit better as well. He was in my base and I was defending it with archers. He was trying to hit my buildings that I was repairing. So if he actually went for the peasants, I think he would disrupt my economy way more and it would have a better effect. Then with an expansion, he would get even more of a economy advantage. But yeah, it's all just questions, all just theory. We don't know for sure, but I think he definitely could have achieved more there with some better decision making and targeting. But yeah, still well played. Hope you enjoyed this game, and I'll see you in the next one. So take care, guys.